So Alexander of KMTV was asking, so we heard that until we get a vaccine, it's not going to go back to completely the way it was before. There'll be a new normal, and that means that we will continue to have to do things like doing the social distancing and so forth. A vaccine may take a year and a half, and Dr. Lawler, I'm going to ask you to come up here and make a few comments on this. I'm going to go ahead and wing this, and then you can come up and say, no, Governor, you got that all wrong. But what we should expect to see, though, is that as we reach the peak and as we get the virus under control, we will see a loosening of these restrictions. I cannot tell you what those will look like, but at some point we'll gradually start loosening these restrictions and see what happens with the spread of the virus here in our state. And so we will see some of those things happen, but I think again, until you have a vaccination and make sure that everybody can be protected, we are going to have some level of awareness about making sure we're doing all the same things we've been talking about, like washing your hands frequently for 20 seconds at a time, the social distancing and so forth. So, Dr. Lawler, I'd ask you just kind of expand upon that just a little bit more.
Thanks. And I think what the new normal looks like will depend a lot on the tools we have to be able to assess where disease prevalence is in the community and how our different interventions are impacting that disease prevalence. I do think that ability is getting better every day as we get more testing for actual infection, and then hopefully soon, within the next few weeks to months, we'll be able to get serologic testing online as well, which means we'll be able to look for antibodies in people's blood that indicates that they've had the infection and that now have some level of immunity for some period of time. And that will allow us to be able to use that information to put those people back to work in potentially positions that are at greater risk, and also to understand that the non-pharmaceutical interventions that we're doing really need to account more for the people who are potentially susceptible and could get infected, whereas those people who have immunity and antibodies can be relatively protected. So again, we're going to learn a lot more about what information we have and how we can use that information to fine-tune those social distancing and other non-pharmaceutical interventions that we're using. And I think that capability will get better and better as we move into spring and summer.